I could have the same amount of fun in my back garden with a swimming pool and sandbox. And at least I know no one else but me's pissed in it. I thought about having sex on the beach once, but the problem with the beach is it's rather open and exposed. That's what, you know, I think you gotta go late at night, right? You don't want to just, you know, go to the beach 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, oh, look, there's a school trip going on over there. You don't want to do it at that point. You want to, like, the sand gets everywhere. No, dude, because that's like wearing one of those, like, those condoms with the knobbly bits on it, you know? It, you know, sand ripped for her pleasure, you know? Like, I think that's... Whoa, the friction's crazy today! I think that's what it is. A location somewhere, right, that people just agree on, like, this is the best. This is the best place to bang it out. And I don't think it's the beach. Is it the kitchen? Is it just the kitchen? Is that it? Because you got sandwiches within arm's reach. So if you get hungry, you can have a nibble. You know, you got water right next to you too. So if you know, if you're feeling a little dehydrated from all the movement, boom. Glass of water. And on the top shelf's the brandy. The brandy. While you're getting randy. You know, I think like the kitchen seems pretty good. How come there's no Disney movies for like adults? Like specifically just just for adults, right? How comes that's not a thing? Please stop it. You know, all these kids getting how comes they're not like a Disney movie about a man in his 40s, he's depressed, there's no romance in his life anymore, it's been sucked out. Ooh! And it's just about him getting a mortgage. The whole movie's just about him getting a mortgage. And at first it doesn't look like he's gonna get it. But actually, no, wait. He meets a friend on the train who tells him about some great investment, stock options. He puts in a real investment. Fucking get in there. And then gets some money. Whoa. And do you know what? He doesn't have enough money to buy the house from the investments because it's just a small little boost on his portfolio, you know, whatnot. But it's enough for the bank to look at him and go like, you know what? No, we will give you the mortgage. And he gets the mortgage. Get in there. Get in there, Scott. You got the mortgage. Sorry? Lol, you mean like rule... No, not Rule 34, Disney. That would be interesting to see what Disney would do, though, if it had no bars. What if that happened? What if you gave Disney a film? You said to Disney, we want you to make a more adult film. And it's just like... they just made porn. It's like, oh, finally, we get to make it. And they just take it the wrong way. They just make porn. They're like, oh, shit, I didn't mean like that. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs would be a very different film. Yeah. I think she would get the title at the end of the film, wouldn't she? She'd come in as, like, Betsy, and then she'd leave as Snow White. It'd end with her closing the book, and that's how I got the name. Do you think one of the dwarfs he'd be like grumpy, and they go like, why are you so grumpy? And he's like, I've got erectile dysfunction. And then like, that's how they get their sponsorship money. They come in with the Viagra pills, and they just have massive boxes all over the place. And he goes from like the grumpy dwarf to like the really, really happy dwarf. I wonder how they'd make that a girl power movie. Because they would want to do that now, wouldn't they? That'd be a really big thing. You know, more power to them for doing it as well. Do you think, like, she would be the one convincing them that it's a good idea? Like, maybe she'd meet one of them at a bar, and she'd go home with, like, one of the dwarfs. and him and his 6 roommates, you know, are having breakfast, and he's like, last night, bagged a real catch. And she comes out, and she's like, oh, there's more of you. Oh, I'd really like, really like a go with all 7 at once. And they're like, oh, I don't know about that one, love. I don't know about that one. I don't know if we could do that. She has to, like, spend the whole film convincing them. I don't know. How would that work? But if you come in from this angle, that's never going to work. I know what would happen. There'd be 2 virgin dwarfs. There'd be 2 virgin dwarfs as well, right? That have never done nothing. And they would have this, like, big orgy. And at the end of it, they'd go to Snow White and they'd go, you know, that was fun and all, but actually, I think I'm into guys. And the other guy would also go, you know, that now there'd be 1 virgin, and then there'd be the other one that's like he's had loads of partners, but it's never felt right. And they would get together, and that tie it all together, right? I think we're like, this is a really inclusive film now. Dopey, grumpy, droopy, sleazy. Yeah. One of them would have to be called Cummy, right? Kinky. Yes! A vibrating dildo. He would be named after the sound he would make. To infinity! Mr. and Mrs. Potato would be the stars. Mr. and Mrs. Potato would just be people that have had a lot of plastic surgery. Yeah, there's a lot of good films. What would, Monsters, Inc. You couldn't do Monsters, Inc. No, you could. Everyone would be... No, that's... I was going to say you could. You would make... Everyone would be a furry. But then, like... Then you'd be calling furries monsters. Which you can't do that. But that's the closest thing you could get, right? It'd be a parody. It'd be called Monsters Kink. It wouldn't be called Monsters Inc. If it was going to be something. Monsters Kink. I like the idea of, like, grown-up Scooby-Doo. You know? The whole mystery team's old. I fucking died. I just lost 40,000 souls. I just lost 47,000 souls. Eh, what are you going to do? You know, the whole mystery team's old. They're just, you know, they're like in there, like, they're like 38. They just got to deal with life. Actually, the 7 Dwarfs could be a dark sitcom. Scooby's got to be put down. Yeah. Like zoinks! I think he's got rabies! He's foaming at the mouth. He got bit by a fox on the last adventure. Scooby's gotta get put down because, they keep feeding him fucking human food and they've given him, like, heart problems. And they're like, what did you fucking expect? You keep giving him chalky biscuits. Shaggy gets killed in a deal gone wrong. It's not even like a drug deal. It's like everyone expects Shaggy to be like a druggie, but no. Like Fred shoots up heroin, and Daphne does a bit of weed and whatnot. But Shaggy's straight lace. He won't even like take a sip of alcohol. He won't do none of it, you know. Daphne's definitely become a porn star. And she, like, has, like, an old 70s, like, purple aesthetic. Like, she really loves, like, purple rugs and stuff like that, you know? Looks like something out of, like, Austin Powers. There's one point where her, like, shirt falls off and she's just got, like, nipple tassels underneath. She wasn't even trying to show anyone. That's just what she wears instead of a bra. What would Velma do? Is unaccepting of Daphne's lifestyle. Fred's too, yeah. I think Velma... Do you know what I think? I think, actually... Wouldn't it be more realistic that Daphne settles down with Fred They had a divorce. She's remarried. He's become addicted to drugs. And Velma, who thought she was hot shit and smart as all what, finds out that she's not as smart as she thinks she is. And she's looked down on people for too long. That her attitude has put her in a really shitty position. And now she has turned to a life of porn. Because it's like the only thing that'll accept her. She's like, you know, I've always felt wrong, but now I feel right. Getting banged every night. Frozen. All about the virgin who won't give it up. Well, Elsa doesn't. Let it go. Oh! What if it's about, Elsa is giving someone a bit of a handy, right? And she accidentally activates her ice power and freezes her hand to the cock. And she can't let it go. It's the guy. The whole film's from the guy's perspective. Let it go. Let it go. I want to go out my bedroom door. Let it go. If she wasn't my girlfriend, I would give her what for. He doesn't want to ruin the relationship. Yeah, I don't want this anymore. She's like, I can't let it go. Because there's a chance it gets to the point at the end of the film, he's so fed up. He's so fed up with the icy cock that they don't remove, like, her hand from it. She just like, snaps it off. And he's like, do that instead, because I'm sick of this situation. They don't find a solution. She just snaps it off. Takes the stem with it. I was talking to my friend the other day about we was making penis jokes or something. I can't remember what it was, but I said to him, "Isn't the best name for the penis the stem?" Because I think he said the tip, and I said, "Oh yeah, way different from the stem." He did not like the word the stem. He didn't like the stem. I thought it was really funny. The cum never bothered me anyway. Isn't that just what being a guy is? A confused state of arousal? Isn't that just what that is? Really? Making a fucking bacon panini right now. What are you doing here? Oh, I watched the cheese melt. That's what it was. Do you think Gwyneth at Goop calls the security guards the Gwyneth Patrol? Remember Recess? You know when Mikey was in the toilet singing and someone came in and they were like, "That dude having a shit has a real nice voice though." Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Motherfucker's like 12 years old. What trouble have you seen, Mikey, huh? Someone steal your fucking marbles? Someone play conkers too much and hurt your knuckles? For people that don't know what conkers were. So, conkers were... You would find these things... I don't know when you would find them, but you would find them just on the floor, right? These big rocks that were inside of these, like, shells. They had, like, spiky things on them. And you would open them up, and inside would be what we would call a conker, right? So what you'd do is you'd drill a hole through that conker, and you'd pop it on a string, tie the bottom out so you could swing the conker. And then at school, You would violently smash them at your friend's conker. It was an incredibly violent game. I think it started out not as violent. I think it started out with, like, swinging your conker at someone else's, hitting it. Whichever one broke first was the loser, you know? If yours didn't break, you win. But eventually, it just got to the point where kids were fucking smashing them. I don't know if this was something that happened at other kids' schools. It happened at mine. No! No! Maybe he's upset because I've got my back turned to him. I mean, if you look at the stream, like, I'm not even looking at the dude. I'd be pissed off too if I wasn't even looking at him. Sorry about that. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you have a nice evening, nice night and all that, and I'll hopefully see you all soon. But stay safe, people. Till next time. Oh, you know what, actually? We can get that... Let's get that weapon. Neko said if you beat this dude here, you get a secret weapon. Let's do that real quick. Let's just see what I get. What do I get? Demon Great Hammer. Is it good? It's great. All right. Till next time, people. Stay safe.